Turning overseas now to the rebellion in Libya and the growing tension between anti-Gaddafi rebels and NATO. Today, NATO acknowledged that its warplanes had hit a rebel convoy yesterday, killing several rebel fighters. It was the second friendly fire incident in a week. But as Stephanie Gosk reports from rebel territory, an apology was hard to come by.
In Benghazi, Friday prayers turned into Friday funerals for rebel forces killed by NATO. The jet fighters hit rebel tanks just outside of the oil town of Brega on Thursday morning, killing at least 5 and wounding more than a dozen. Today, NATO blamed confusion on the ground and said they didn't even know the rebels were using tanks.
I'm not apologizing. The situation on the ground, as I said, was extremely fluid and remains extremely fluid.
But the commander of the rebel forces said they had told NATO about the tanks, their first real use of heavy armor since the fighting began.
It is difficult to strike by mistake 20 tanks deployed in the desert.
NATO did eventually offer up an apology this afternoon, but the damage was done, and perhaps some lessons learned. In Ajdabiya, rebels painted bright stripes on their vehicles, hoping NATO wouldn't make any new mistakes, just before the shelling began again. For the second day in a row, Gaddafi loyalists hit the western edge of the city with artillery.
This is the last major town on the road to the rebel capital of Benghazi. It has come under attack twice in the last 2 weeks. With this latest round of shelling, streets are completely deserted.
The Fakari family had only just returned, thinking Ajdabiya was safe.
We came back a couple of days ago. We managed to wash and get a change of clothes.
Now the family of 8 is leaving again. Rebel forces stay behind to keep this town from Gaddafi's hands, still hoping NATO will help them do it. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News, Ajdabiya.